The complete story of Exxon Valdez oil spills. It is indeed an indisputable fact that the discovery of oil has dramatically changed human life. Oil dominates our daily life in several direct and indirect ways in a variety of forms. However, at the same time, petroleum and its byproducts have become a major threat to the environment over the last 2 centuries. Most importantly, the spillage of oil from accidents involving tankers and oil rigs have polluted our seas as well as the oceans and badly affected the marine ecosystem. Over the period of the last 2 centuries, a number of accidents involving oil tankers and rigs have resulted in the spillage of millions of gallons of oil into our oceans. Among the oil spills occurred in the last 5 decades, Exxon Valdez oil spills remains the prominent one. In the accidents that took place almost 30 years ago, over 11 million gallons of crude oil was released into the waters of Gulf of Alaska, hurting the ecosystem badly as it killed hundreds of thousands of species. And this is the major facts about the Exxon Valdez oil spill. It was on March 24, 1989, the oil tanker Exxon Valdez struck the Bligh Reef in the Prince William Sound region of Alaska, to begin one of the biggest maritime fatalities at that time. Exxon Valdez, then owned by Exxon Shipping Company, was en route to Long Beach, California from the Valdez Marine Terminal when it slammed into the reef at around 12 a.m. local time. The tanker was loaded with roughly 54 million gallons of oil, of which 10.8 million gallons were released into the water of Prince William Sound as the hull of the vessel was torn open in the accident. Exxon Valdez oil spill, considered to be the second major oil spill occurred in the U.S. territory after the Deepwater Horizon oil spill. What caused the Exxon Valdez oil spill? Various reports following the accidents have identified a number of factors that made Exxon Valdez run aground in the reef under the command of Captain Joseph Hazelwood. It was reported that the captain was not at the helm of the tanker when it met with the accident in a route that is known for its navigational hazards. According to the reports, before handing over the ship's control to the third mate, Hazelwood had apparently altered the vessel's course to avoid icebergs. The third mate unfortunately failed to maneuver the vessel properly, and the vessel left the shipping lane to end up colliding with the reef, chiefly due to broken radar. In fact, the radar was not working for more than a year before the oil spill accident. Further investigation also revealed that Hazelwood was under the influence of alcohol and he was asleep in his bunk during the time of accident. Investigators also pointed out that Hazelwood made a mistake by handing over the vessel's helm to the sleep-deprived third mate, who was not also professionally qualified to take control of the vessel. The vessel also didn't have sufficient crew on board to perform the duties, further investigations revealed. Moreover, authorities found that Exxon, like many other shipping companies, was not following measures that had agreed upon, including the installation of iceberg monitoring equipment. Reports also said that the accidents occurred as the ship took a route which was not prescribed under the normal shipping route. Because of this violation by Exxon Valdez, the owner ExxonMobil charted out a clause which spoke about the strict following of the prescribed routes and lanes so as to avoid any further maritime accidents of a magnitude like Exxon Valdez oil spill. After a year-long investigation and trial, Hazelwood was acquitted of being drunk during the voyage. However, the captain was convicted of misdemeanor negligence and fined $50,000 and sentenced to serve 1,000 hours of community service. The impact of Exxon Valdez oil spill. However, the Exxon Valdez oil spill occurred in a non-continuous coastline of Alaska. Its effects and ramifications were huge and enormous, as the collision of the supertanker with the reef ruptured 8 of its 11 cargo tanks, releasing 11 million gallons of crude oil, to 250,000 barrels into the waters of the Prince William Sound in the day to come. Over 1,300 miles of coastline were contaminated. It was reportedly a delay in initiating the cleanup efforts that made this accident catastrophic. The oil slick spread to more areas within the days, making it no longer containable. As the oil slick spread, the ecosystem consisted of the variety of marine and other species was under threat. The plants and marine mammals in the cold region, which were already facing the threat of extinction because of the rise of temperatures, had to deal with this human error. In addition, seabirds were also forced to succumb to this disaster as the oil slick in the water trapped them to drown eventually. It is estimated that almost 250,000 seabirds, 2,800 sea otters, up to 300 harbor seals, 250 bald eagles, and at least 22 killer whales were killed in the deadliest accident. The spills has also ended the lives of unknown number of herring and salmon. The investigations conducted in the following months was revealed. As an immediate result, the fisheries for crab, herring, rockfish, salmon and shrimp, etc. were closed in the area, while a ban on commercial fishing of some variety of shrimp and salmon remained through 1990s. While it affected many financially, the indirect impacts of oil spill was visible to the several ends of fishing industry. The ill effects of Exxon Valdez oil spill were not only for the marine creatures, but also for the people residing in the adjacent areas of Prince William Sound. And that is the story of Exxon Valdez.